All right, here's your 2020 election news. The story that the Republicans tried to make go viral. The attack on Joe Biden via his son, Hunter Biden. This is Matt Gaetz talking to the FBI cyber chief. What's his name? Brian A. Vondren. He is the assistant director of the cyber division of the FBI. Matt Gaetz is going to ask Mr. Vondren about Hunter Biden's laptop.
So where is it? The laptop.
He didn't even feel, just where is it? Where's the laptop? Didn't even feel the need to specify.
Sir, I'm not here to talk about the laptop. I'm here to talk about the FBI cyber program.
You are the assistant director of FBI cyber. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is. Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
That is astonishing to me. Has FBI cyber...
It's astonishing to me that you're still in Congress, you pedophile. Accused of child sex trafficking. Apparently it looks like fucking charges are going to come for him. Where are they? It's astonishing you are still a sitting member of Congress. It's amazing to me that, like, you haven't been stripped. You're a security risk. And you're a disgrace.
Cyber assessed whether or not Hunter Biden's laptop could be a point of vulnerability, allowing America's enemies to hurt our country.
Sir, the FBI cyber program is based off of what's...
This is the dude accused of child sex trafficking!
18 Section 1030, a code which talks about computer intrusions, right, using nefarious intent network...
But you've talked about passwords here. I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. He drops it off at a repair store. I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned over this laptop to the FBI. And what now you're telling me right here is that as the assistant director of FBI cyber, you don't know where this is after it was turned over to you 3 years ago.
Yes, sir, that's an accurate statement.
How are Americans supposed to trust that you can protect us from the next colonial pipeline if it seems that you can't locate a laptop that was given to you 3 years ago from the first family, potentially creating vulnerabilities for our country?
Sir, it's not in the purview of my investigative responsibilities.
But
I'm not responsible for that, Matt Gaetz.
You wouldn't, as the assistant director of cyber, know whether or not there are international business deals, kickbacks, shakedowns that are on this laptop that would make the first family suspect to some sort of compromise. Mr. Assistant Director, have you assessed whether or not the first family is compromised as a result of the Hunter Biden laptop?
Sir, as a representative of the FBI cyber program, it is not in the realm of my responsibilities to deal with the questions that you're asking me.
Has anyone at FBI cyber been asked to make assessments whether or not the laptop creates a point of vulnerability?
Sir, we have multiple lines of investigative responsibility in the FBI. They're all available in public source.
Well, I would think you'd know this one. I mean, I would think that if the president's son...
Look at that face he's making. He's good for his audience, I'm sure. Like, people watching this and like, oh, he can't answer the question. This is just sound bites for Fox News and the other whack job outlets.
Who does international business deals referencing the now president with the Chinese, with Ukrainians. I mean, have you assessed whether or not the Hunter Biden laptop gives Russia the ability to harm our country?
Sir, again, we can do this back and forth for the next couple of minutes. I don't have any information about the Hunter Biden laptop or the
But should you?
No.
I mean, you're the assistant director of FBI cyber.
By the block and line chart, no, sir, I should not.
Who should we put in that chair to ask questions about this laptop that FBI has had for 3 years?
Sir, I'm not in a position to
I'm pretty sure they don't come and give you an update on ongoing investigations, Matt Gaetz.
So you don't have it, you don't know who has it, you don't know where it is, you're the assistant director. You know, earlier you talked about whether or not you were...
Just like we can't get an update on where the investigation is into your allegations of child sex trafficking. I'd like an update on that. Who can we put in that chair that will tell us when Matt Gaetz will be perp walked off the floor of Congress.
The Grant Hill or the Christian Laettner. It sounds like you're the Chris Webber trying to call a timeout when you don't have one. So, I mean, who is it? Do you even know who has it? Do you know who we should put in that chair to ask these questions to?
No, sir, I don't know who has it.
Well, could you find out and tell us? You're going to have to give us briefings, thanks to Mr. Liu and Mr. Massey's question about whether or not the FBI was taking a $5 million test drive on the Pegasus system that was being used to target people in politics, people in government, people in the media, people in American life. So will you commit to give us
Let's abolish the FBI then.
Director of FBI Cyber as to where the laptop is, whether or not it's a point of vulnerability, whether or not the American people should wonder whether or not the first family is compromised?
Sir, I'd be happy to take your request back to our office.
Gosh, I mean, will you advocate for that brief?
He did not give a shit about the first family being compromised when Trump was in office.
As in, you will?
I will be happy to take your request back to FBI.
Well, do you believe that that is a briefing that the Congress?
I think Matt Gaetz is far more of a point of vulnerability that a foreign power would be able to use compromising information on Matt Gaetz to attack us, as opposed to to Hunter Biden.
Is worthy of having, I guess.
Sir, I'm not going to answer that question. Right? I'm here to talk. The
Is that
invitation,
time
sir,
out?
the invitation says oversight of the FBI's cyber division. It does not say anything.
Well,
about
right,
the
but I mean,
top
this is a cyber asset. This
It's
is a
not a
point of
cyber asset.
vulnerability. If there are passwords,
No. This is a physical asset.
there are references to things that could harm our country. Like, you can't even.
He deals with cyber crime, cyber attacks. Matt Gaetz. That's not what the laptop investigation. The investigation into Hunter Biden is for being foreign lobbying violations and shit. That's not a cyber crime. This is not that dude's responsibility. You're just doing this for show because you're an asshole.
Even sit here right now and say that you know that there's not a point of vulnerability. Maybe there are other crimes, maybe there are tax issues or whatever, but as it relates to is the first family sufficient cyber infrastructure to protect? You don't even know if they're compromised. Tell you what.
I doubt Joe Biden even knows how to turn on a fucking computer. So I think the first family is pretty fucking secure, actually. Can we please get a fucker in office that will have a computer on his desk? There has yet to be a president in the United States who had a computer on his desk. That's just absurd. That's absurd at this moment in time.